Good afternoon.
Regular session, Mayor and City Council meeting, 6 p.m. Wednesday, June 1st, 2022, City Hall Complex. I call this meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Madam Clerk, will you please?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. We have a speaker form here for call to the public. Jessica Mendez. She's entering where? Oh, she's entering the building. State your name for the record, please, and your address. You have 3 minutes.
There we go. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Blessed afternoon. Hope everyone's well. And I apologize that I'm late. Anyways, my name is Jessica Mendez. I'm a resident of Nogales. Born and raised here. I come from a patriotic family, and I'm here in regards to the budget events and also for the 4th of July event, in which one of the leaders that's from the Patriot Group, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar, I'm also one of the leaders there. She requested what this is in regards to what is spent in certain things. And my question to any of you, if you would like to take your time to explain to us exactly what each of this is, how much is spent for each event, especially for the fiestas, the Flores fiesta that we just had, along with the 4th of July event. Okay. Yes, okay. Also, who will be playing at the event, the 4th of July?
Okay. We can't answer anything.
No, I know.
Call to the public.
So will you?
But the city manager can give you all that information later.
Okay. So I want to know who will be playing, if we're going to have an American band, actually an American local band, because I do propose someone that I know, and so that's what I would like to know. And also, like I said, the budget.
Okay.
In regards to the events, where our tax money is going to.
All right.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, number 4, the fuel report.
Council Mayor, you should have a sheet in front of you that shows the fuel report that we took. We talked about this during the budget retreat. So what we have on the sheet in front of you is from April 21 last year to April 22 this year. And for each department, what we've done is we've called out the gallons and then the cost for that month, just so we can keep an eye on it, because council at the budget retreat has directed us, the mayor and the council, to watch, and each director is aware of this, to kind of watch as much as we can, traveling and just doing your work, trying to cut the usage some, because we know the prices went up and the fuel costs have gone up quite a bit. So for instance, if you look at in water, and this was pointed out at the budget meeting too, but once again, if you look at water at April 21, we used 1,010 gallons. And then April of 22, that was 21. April 22, just this last month, was 1,015 gallons. But then you look at the cost, was 23.65 and 21 and 38.66. So even though they're using about the same, well, they're traveling about the same amount of distance, the cost of fuel has gone up quite a bit. So we do know, our directors have talked to their people, and we've talked to those that do drive, and just to let them know to just go to their job site, go back, try not to go places you don't need to go. Just kind of try to get those miles down. So the budget, as far as the fuel, we've taken them down a little bit, but a few of the departments like sanitation, we put the budget in there where it needed to be because they really can't defer from where they're going. Mayor, Council, any questions for me at this time or for John? He's here too, if he might be able to answer something. Or Gene.
Well, basically, this is this is what we talked about in the budget hearings. How important it is to keep tabs on this. Just by the cost right there, will tell you what we're facing this year if gasoline continues to go up and up and up. All right. So thank you for the report, and let's keep an eye on this, and then let's see what happens for next month.
And we'll bring this each month, and,
Yes.
and that's our goal, is just kind of get that under control. We can't control the cost, but we might be able to
I know.
control
The
the distance.
mileage.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5, discussion items. A, discussion regarding annexation. Mr. Dickey?
This is a discussion item that Councilmember Montiel has asked to put on the agenda. So I can just turn the time over to Councilmember Montiel.
Oh, okay. Thank you. So at our last regular meeting, if you recall, Mr. Dick, it was disclosed that the annexation issue had been placed on hold.
Yeah,
I'll just go ahead and finish. Because the council approved the expenditure of I think a substantial amount of money for annexation, for the annexation study, I would like to know why the decision was made to put it on hold or place it on hold or postpone after the elections. Why was such a decision made without it being placed on the agenda
Okay.
for discussion?
What I can answer, I was here just a few days, that first meeting, so I kind of misunderstood a little bit of the annexation. And what really the issue was is the planning center that is doing it, and the council did unanimously approve the 30,000, whatever, I think it was 30,000 plus for the total study, which they're involved in at this time. So they were never told to stop doing what they're doing as far as the annexation. I was just under the impression that it wasn't going to come to a council meeting, and I kind of took that as though it had been stopped. But really what it was is that they weren't ready to present at a council meeting at this time. We met with them last week. They're moving along. They still have about 15,000 plus left. They should be able to give us a presentation sometime in August, maybe September, is when they think that they have about 15,000. What they're doing with that now is they're going to do their financial analysis, Mr. Mayor, for I think it's for the I-19 corridor, and I think it's called Kino Springs. Am I correct on that? Those are two of the main areas that they want to do a financial analysis on to see, really if the numbers are there, if it's something that the council wants to still pursue. And then they'll present that to the council. So what I was told at the time, and I just being new and just kind of trying to understand everything, was really that they weren't ready to give a presentation. Thus, the mayor did not have it on the agenda for that time. So we kept it off since he's the one that approves and does the agenda. And not only that, they weren't ready to bring it to a council meeting. So there was a little misunderstanding on my end. So, and I remember that night, and afterwards I was, understood a little bit more what the situation really was, and that was they just weren't ready to bring it to council at the time. So it wasn't put on hold. I never gave a call to them to say, hey, we're putting this off. They never got that. They're still going forward. It's just they're a little behind, and they're gonna bring that to council.
The planning?
August, September Planning Center,
Planning
Maria
Center
with the
is
Planning
behind.
Center. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's, yeah, so that's my fault. The last meeting, I did put that impression out there that staff put this on hold. We were done. We're not gonna look at this for a while, when that wasn't the case. It was really just, they weren't quite ready.
Yeah. My concern was that we're not making decisions behind, if you will, closed doors, that those types of issues should be discussed here at council.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Anybody else? Discussion item B, update road Busan road paving project. Vicky?
Yes, Mayor and Council, this project, we went out to bid and we had 3 bids come back. And the lowest one was the company called Innova that you're probably aware of. And we're pretty pleased with them because they're a good company. But they did come in a little over what we budgeted. We budgeted $650,000. The low bid was $847,000, roughly $202. Part of this, John has reached out to Jennifer over at the county to see if they would pony up and help us out a little bit with this. And I don't know what that means at this time, but there is that negotiation going on. I think they do want to play ball. I just don't know how.
Yeah, Mr. Mayor. So how much money does the city have available for that project?
We budgeted $650,000.
So are we trying to get the difference from the county, or are we trying to get at least half from the county?
If we could get them to pay more than the difference, that'd be great. We'll sit down and negotiate with them and see what they're willing to do. But I think at a minimum, they'd pay the difference.
Okay, and if they decline to do it, are we gonna move ahead with the project, or?
Be up to city council. So we'll report back to you and let you know where we're at with that.
So this bid, this is good for what, 30 days? Or
Oh, I'm not sure. Someone, Juan, can you answer that about the bid? Usually it is 30, but this may be something different.
I didn't know the answer. I don't know the answer to how many days is valid, but at this time of the situation where everything is increasing, I assume that should be as soon as possible, because it could be a different price next month, or who knows. Yeah. So
state on the bid that the bid is good for only 30 days, 45 days?
no, it doesn't clarify that, but the contractors are allowed to receive a compensation for the increase in asphalt in case of there is an increase. It's a percentage.
And what about if we don't get the help from the county? Can we revise the project and maybe make it at a smaller scale so that we can do that work and fix that part of the road?
I don't know, is that something we could do, Juan? Cut it a little bit so we just use the 650?
Mm-hmm. I can play a little bit with the proposal in regards to some of the part of the improvements is to improve the shoulders, which was one of the requests from the council, from the Santa Cruz County, to also improve the shoulders. So I believe because they reviewed the plans and they make comments and they recommended improving the shoulders, I think they are on. They promise verbally that they will help us. So we don't know yet if we have not received a written response yet.
Mayor, council, let's see what we can work out with them, and then we can bring that back and see where we're at. And it could be just, this has already been approved, the 650, correct? So let us just find out where we're at with them, and hopefully we'll have some good news here shortly.
Yeah, and my concern is because it's a safety issue, and then produce season starts again like late September, and now that we have the time to do it, it'd be perfect before we get that traffic going back and forth. Okay. So my concern was the safety issue. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Dickey. John? What kind of response did you get from the county?
I haven't got one yet, sir.
You haven't gotten one yet?
No, sir.
But you did talk to Jennifer?
I did.
You did? So, okay.
As,
Well, we'll wait.
as soon as I get something back, I'll report to Mr. Dicking. I'm sure he'll report to you.
Okay, thank you, John.
Mhm.
Okay. We'll see what happens, Hector. All right. Yes, go ahead.
Juan, from 2 years ago, when we started looking at this one project, how much has the cost gone up?
At that time was, I think, around 200,000.
It's gone up 200,000? So when we looked at the project, it was 600, around 600, 650,000?
That number came from two local contractors who have worked for the city before. They provided me to rough estimations in 2019, so prior to the pandemic. And then the 650,000 are based on those quotes.
And the contractor that submitted the bid, is he local or is he?
It is a local contractor, is Innova, who is based in Rio Rico and employs over 40 employees in the city and Rio Rico.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Thank you, Juan. Okay, we'll go to number 6, orders. A, consideration possible action of order 2022-06-034, an order of the council of the city of Nogales, Arizona, adopting a member to the appeals commission.
So moved, Mayor.
Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? The ayes have it. Thank you very much. B, consideration possible action of order 2022-06-035, an order of the council of the city of Nogales, Arizona, appointing or reappointing members to the planning and zoning commission. Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? C, consideration and possible action of order 2022-06-036, an order of the council of the city of Nogales, Arizona, approving a project sponsor agreement with Arizona State Parks Board for Techea Park improvements.
So moved, Mayor.
Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? D, consideration possible action of order 2022-06-037, an order of the council of the city of Nogales, Arizona, approving address changes with the city from Apache Boulevard to Frank Reed Road.
So moved, Mayor.
Discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Number 7, mayor and council report on current events. We'll start with you, Mrs. Montiel. Okay, Councilman?
May the 3rd, I attended a presentation from the University of Arizona research team, and for potential green spaces on the Nogales Wash. The team was very motivated with their research, but there's many obstacles that make it difficult for this to come to life. Being here from Nogales, we know how the water rushes from Mexico through the Nogales Wash, and they were talking about removing some of the concrete to make it look more attractive and make put up canopies and stuff like that. And then Juan Guerra, engineer, he was there in attendance, and he made a very true comment. It might be nice and sunny here in Nogales, but it could be raining farther down south of Nogales, and that water just gushes down think without any warning. So even though they do have a very positive mind and very good ideas, it's a little bit difficult to try to fish in something like that right now. I also attended the Officer Jeremy Britton's first anniversary and plaque ceremony, and then on 5/23 and May 23rd and 24th, I attended the budget workshop as everybody else did. And on the 30th of May, I attended the Memorial Day ceremony at the Nogales Cemetery. And that's all.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Bonilla.
I didn't write down the events I went this past month, but I attended all the Nogales Unified School District graduations. It's a contract that I've had doing the audio for the past 22 years, and it was a pleasure and doing it one more year. Also attended a meeting with the Army Corps of Engineers where they were looking at the erosion issue that we have on Hohokam Avenue. Thank God that we got some of the special permits that we needed, and I hope that we can get that done fairly quick. Also went to the Memorial Weekend ceremony. I was also the day before we went out and changed out the flags of the tombs of our veterans, and that's it. I probably left some events out, but that's pretty much it.
Thank you very much, Councilman. Councilman Rodriguez.
I had the pleasure of serving as a senior project judge at Nogales High School, along with many of our directors, which was it's always been a great thing for the community and our students. Also, was part of the Brenton Memorial, sad, somber occasion, but well-deserved. And I attended the mine presentation at the Santa Cruz County Complex, along with City Manager, Mr. Dickey, and they provided some really good information about possible jobs and infrastructure and stuff like that, which is going to be beneficial to our citizens. And I partaked in my first budget retreat, and I found it really knowledgeable and glad to report that the city is very healthy financially. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Councilman Diaz.
Good afternoon, everybody. I started off May 6th, got invited to the Fiestas Patrias across the line and took part in presenting the princess with her crown and flowers, along with the vice mayor and her family. May the 20th, I also attended the South 32 presentation by the president of South 32. Very informative as far as jobs and economic development that's going to happen if, once it gets started, they're going to set up a big tax base. May the 21st, I also attended the Jeremy Brinton Memorial Cemetery here in front of City Hall. Like Councilman Gradia said, very somber, and it was sad, but it was a well-deserved ceremony. Jeremy was a very good officer and a good friend. And also attended all the Memorial Day presentations. We went and changed flags and put flags at the cemetery for all the veterans that are buried there. We did about 600 flags. And then after that, we went and had a breakfast. And then Monday, we did the official presentation at 10 a.m. at the cemetery. And then we went and had a reception at the BFW. That turned out okay. And today I was at the Nogales Community Development with Congressman Grijalva presentation. There was a lot of good information there. I guess the grants they're bringing to Nogales are going to help revitalize downtown. So that was very good, and that's all I got for right now.
Thank you, Kong.
Thank you.
Awesome. Go ahead, Vice Mayor.
I also attended the same event, so I don't have to repeat it. But it was the Fiestas de las Flores, and I
Fiestas
think
de
you
la
mentioned
Fiestas Patrias.
I'm barely working on the Fiestas
But it's all
Patrias.
patriotic. It's all good.
Yeah, we are working already for the Fiestas Patrias event, and it's going to be September 17th. And that's going to be the Consulado, the Cultural Arts, and the city. And we're barely going to wait for the 4th of July to start working with our event. And that's all.
Thank you very much. On May 6th, I participated as a judge for the senior project in GIS. May 9th, attended a conference with BITE and Charlie Cutler for Arts, bi-national conference that took place at the Museo de Arte Nogales, Sonora. I was joined with Presidente Municipal Juan Slim. The Vice Mayor was also there, and Councilman Bonilla was also there with us. So May 16th, attended a meeting with Evan Corey and Mark for the Borderlands Theater Borderlandia festivities that will take place Friday, June 17th and Saturday, June 18th on Morley Avenue. Presented to a 10th grade class at the Nogales High School on the impact of COVID and how it affected us locally in Nogales. On May 18th, I hosted a NatBank and EPA meet and greet those in attendance with John Kissinger, Mike Massey, and Mr. Dickey, and myself. Same day, ROTC presented a plaque to my office. On May 19th, participated in the Tucson Hispanic Chamber of Commerce Mayor Summit. This included mayors from Sonora, Desert Region, who had the opportunity to discuss sustainability, economic growth, tourism, infrastructure, jobs, public safety, trade, and ports of entry. May 20th, attended a SEGO Executive Board meeting in Thatcher. Same day, I was interviewed by the White House on Title 42 extension. Same day, I was interviewed by Fox 10 Phoenix on Title 42. May 21st, attended Officer Jeremy Britton ceremony. May 23rd and 24th with the Council and Directors Budget Planning Retreat. May 30th, memorial celebration at the Santa Cruz County Veterans Memorial Cemetery in the city of Nogales. I presented a proclamation and later attended a lunch with the families at the VFW. Thank you very much. Okay, number 8, future agenda items. Yes, go ahead.
I'd like to have the chief of police give us a report on if they're working with the school district, after all these things have been happening, shootings and all that. Is the police department working with the school district on how to be prepared for something like that? If, hopefully it would never happen here if that was to happen. And how we are working with the school to prevent something like this. And the other one, since the incident this morning at Walmart, I've been getting some calls and they're saying that if we're going to be tightening security there because there's been a lot of vandalizing there at the parking lots, and I know it's private property and then they have their own cameras, but I don't know if Walmart has approached the police department to help in that area. And that's all.
Anybody else? Councilman, just for your information, I had a discussion with Mr. Dickey, Mr. Kissinger, and the chief. We're planning to have a study session on active shooters. So that will be way before the next council meeting. So you'll be present at that meeting. So okay. All right. Is there anything else? None? Okay. Motion to adjourn.
So moved.